This is the year 2016, and this is the entirety of recorded human history. Things like World War II, the invention of the internet, or Indonesia's independence happened here, relatively recently in comparison to the rest of history. The Great Wall of China was built 2,200 years ago. The Trojan War started 3,200 years ago. And the first instances of recorded history were written 5,500 years ago in Mesopotamia and Egypt. The time before all this is a period called prehistory. Pre meaning before, and history meaning written records of past events. But there's also a period called Pre-Aksara, before writing. The distinction is meant to acknowledge that even before recorded history, man has achieved great strides in their budding early civilization. Before we lived in fancy two-bedroom apartments or townhouses, early humans lived far closer to nature. As foragers and hunters, they would have had a nomadic lifestyle, getting what they could from their surroundings and moving to wherever food was available. Many archaeological sites of early human shelters in Indonesia show that they often settled near sources of water. This meant plentiful animals to hunt, fish to catch, and fruits, nuts, and wild grains to gather. The move from foraging to agriculture seems to have happened independently across the globe. By cultivating their own food instead of simply taking what was available, they were able to stay in more permanent settlements and also have a surplus of food to support a larger population. You can also see the progress of early man through the evolution of their tools and implements, and it all started with simple tools made of stone or bone. Archaeological sites in Pacitan, East Java, had primarily stone tools, such as the chopper. These early hand axes were formed by chipping away at one side of the stone, and are used for woodworking, butchering animals, digging for tubers or water, becoming thrown weapons, or refined further to make flake tools and daggers. The sites in Nangdong, Central Java too had stone tools, but also an abundance of tools made of animal bones and antlers, often shaped into daggers, and spears made from the tails of stingrays. The evolution of tools would continue, as the environment around them would challenge the creation of better implements. Stone tools became more refined, and hafting allowed them to be used even more effectively. Axes with rounded, almost egg-shaped edges called walzenbills were found in eastern Indonesian regions. These stone tools would eventually be replaced by metal ones. In Europe, early man would have went through 3 ages of tool technology: the Copper Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age. Indonesia, however, did not experience the Copper Age. Dongson culture, a Bronze Age culture from ancient Vietnam, spread to Indonesia and brought with it wet field rice cultivation, ritual buffalo sacrifice, bronze casting techniques, and more. Some Bronze Age artifacts include the funnel axe, which had a funnel-shaped top where a wooden rod would be placed through. The nekara, or Dongson drum, were bronze drums used as both musical instruments and artifacts of religious rituals. Advanced tools, metal casting, music, religion, the blending of cultures. Another important innovation of early man was fire, and its utility was tremendous. Fire was a source of warmth, increasing the survival rate of early man who would have otherwise have had to face the biting cold. It introduced man to the concept of cooking food, preventing many foodborne illnesses by killing harmful bacteria from raw meat. It also provided protection against large predators and insects, and a source of light in the dark nights. Fire also made possible the farming technique of slash and burn, clearing forests for new space to cultivate crops. All of this happened even before the first humans started written language. Then again, this whole period of early human life spanned millions of years, from the appearance of the first humans 5 million years ago to the invention of writing about 6,000 years ago. So in the future, when you're cutting down trees with your advanced laser axes, remember that millions of years ago, it all started with this little guy.